It was you who suggested that I stay put. As a result, I lost contact with my companions. In that case, could I trouble you to fix the device over there? First off, you make it sound like a request. But it sounds more like a threat to me. Okay. Hurry up and fix the pathway for me before I smash you face in. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Even the all-powerful tool is limited by its scope of application. And that pathway descended from above. It was not created in Langqiu. It's really tiring talking to you. Still no response. That's only natural. Once upon a time, the only person who was qualified to leave chose to give up. And the only group of people with the ability to leave destroyed the means of escape themselves. If you're willing to listen to my advice, then the wisest course of action now is to make the most of what we have. Here they come again. They're still the same as before. They may be weak, but persistent. Fine, let's do it again. Wait, could it be that they are? Something isn't adding up. Humans always value efficiency. If you want to change someone's mind, the best way is probably to show that you're being sincere by being efficient. That was a little gift from me. How do you feel? You took care of those monsters. The shadow was already at odds with that vast sea of stars, and now it's a case of one person's folly being another person's fortune. But this time, all I want is to engage in some wholesome conversation with you. So helping you eliminate the monsters wouldn't be fair in terms of value. I won't be so generous next time. Then why didn't you do that before? If you have this ability, you shouldn't have to be threatened by me. There's no harm in being threatened a little. Relatively speaking, every action comes with a cost, so if I can ensure some gain from it, I'd rather do nothing at all. What if I really do smash you with a hammer? If the cost of gaining knowledge is taking 1 or 2 hits with a hammer, I don't mind. To give up the only chance of survival and still insist on doing something selfless, it's not easy to come across someone like that. Let's formally introduce ourselves then. Although it's a bit awkward, you can call me Perception. It's not that I'm using this opportunity to toot my own horns. Compared to the likes of Ward and Vision that she left, I'm much more of an all-in-one tool. It seems unrelated to the chance of survival. You're really quite focused on your goal. So what? According to your theory, asking you more questions would also mean I'd have to pay extra. Isn't that right? Clever insights indeed. As a mere tool, my capabilities are vast, potentially perilous for the insatiable. No need for excessive caution, though. An equivalent exchange isn't just my style, but also a mandatory function. Even with something valuable on you, I can't take it without first offering something, thereby facilitating a transaction. So how are you going to help me fix the huge anchor? Let's not rush. Despite being the current supreme power in Langqiu, instant fulfillment eludes me. Still, it can be part of our transaction. After all roads lead to Rome. Like, I'm well aware of the key to Langqiu's existence. With my guidance, you can dismantle the world as you wish. And naturally, dive into the sea once more. Very well, let's go then. No qualms. I see. In that case, let's... Do you understand now? Casual banter won't help this conversation at all. Well, it seems that my spending time with Song-Qu made me lose touch of human diversity. Now, to the point. First and foremost, I must make it clear, I don't know where your friends are. After all, in Langqiu, the pathway hasn't been activated like that before. As a mere tool, I also lack the assigned memory related to such occurrences. Tools vary, of course. A gardener's tool merely trims, whereas a blacksmith has the potential to create chaos. I'm a tool of the creator, hence my capabilities should know no bounds. Just like the power of those who, in the name of truth, traverse the world and ultimately dividing it into heaven and hell. Let's put aside the talks of that heaven and hell. Can God create a stone so heavy even he himself cannot lift it? Are you trying to demonstrate? This address is readily comprehensible. As the creator's tool, my omnipotence is constrained by rules. Those in the name of truth can always stand above them. Why would they create rules like, in this world, all the stones created by me but I cannot lift are, in fact, stones I may lift? It's just wordplay. So all in all, you believe that in order to activate the device there, I must seek the assistance of the shoes you mentioned. Do you need to talk in circles? Yes, as a tool. Within reasonable limits, I will fulfill requests to the letter. However, due to the precision required, when making requests, please proceed with caution. I don't want requests due to unclear expression. As you can see, my sole user is missing, and someone must step in to fill her duties. However, awakening any shrew from eternal slumber is considered a mortal sin. Seems like there's more you're not telling me. No, it's actually simple. I don't know if there are legends about a creator where you're from. If you seek them out, you'll likely find your actions becoming less noble and more unforgivable in the end. That's fine. I'm neither noble nor in need of forgiveness. I don't care about your word game or your motives. I just need to restart the pathway, reunite with my companions, and continue our journey. Good. Shall we wish for pleasant cooperation? Is that all? Isn't it a bit hasty? If you want me to make a contract, I'm afraid there's currently no rule that can bind us together. No need for such formality. How about we start with you calling me Master? Alright, don't take it seriously. I now know you actually lack a sense of humor. There's no point now. Save it when others are around. So, what's the first step? This requires you to state what you want to do or what you desire. Think of it as a blueprint. The more detailed, the better. Then, take me directly to the place I should be right now. Given my subtle mistrust of artificial intelligence, letting you engage in auto-navigation aligns more with my preferences. That's a peculiar request. While getting familiar with the process also includes making mistakes. Alright then, as you wish. Does this place have any relevance to what we're about to do? As I said, when making requests, the more detail, the better. Even slight ambiguity can lead to unintended outcomes. Compared to some more serious and dangerous errors, the current situation at least doesn't endanger your life. But why is this place I should be? In a timely fashion, the girl's stomach rumbled with a gurgle, signaling her hunger. It really is to the latter. You should have reminded me earlier. Well, in reality, I don't care. For a very long time, I only had two things to do: be used and ensure I was still usable. You should understand that a knife held in hand isn't oblique to remind its user not to cut their own throat. Of course, if you have corresponding wishes, I can offer some advice. Don't you have anything positive to share? If that's what you're asking for, then sure, I can make the adjustment. For instance, you can use this mistake to correctly replenish nutrients. During this time, I can assist you with some exploratory attempts. Is it about the shoes you mentioned? Correct. Before waking them up, those people indeed need to replenish nutrients in a different way, but I was actually referring to a little earlier. We are back? Back? Oh, is this your hometown, Entropy? Yeah, this is the Antares building in the center of Oxia City, a compound commercial district. My student dorm is also here. Wow, this looks 100 times better than Umber Street. Is that so? I find they're both quite enchanting though. Corrali, have you ever heard about student dorms built in commercial districts? Corrali? Oh no, did she not keep up with us and get left behind on the other side? We have to go back ASAP. Why no reaction at all? Just now, it was like this, and this. Well, guess you were just lucky before. This is not good. I'm sorry, everyone. Fleeting moments slip away. According to Regulation 22 of the Source Matter Management Regulation, a non-reoccurrence object from the sea of data must be terminated on-site. Chen Xue, don't you think this joke might be a bit too much for newcomers? How are they supposed to know there's no term 22? Why did you have to give me away so quickly? You're no fun. Well then, let me formally introduce myself. I'm your friend senior, Luo Chenxue, currently working at the Data Research Institute. Just call me Chen Xue. I see. After meeting in the depths of the Sea of Pengta, you got stranded in a place called Langqiu, befriended me Songque, and with the help of Sana, you coincidentally returned to the hometown of the Stream Seeker. Why have you started calling me that too? Because it sounds cool, right, Sana? Yeah, it sure does. Although we don't know what's up with the other me in the dream, thanks to her, we now have the power of the astral ring. Thinking about it, the so-called Sea of Data is indeed a magical place. Not only did it let us encounter aliens, but we could also see you dialing entropy. Not sure if it counts as dialing. Anyway, entropy did receive the signal from this end before. It's just the communication was too unstable to reply. The recurrent scenario, the active anchor of the apocalypse, could it be related to that historical incident? And there's another one here. So looking at it this way, who is the subject and who is the object? As if there was no one around, the researcher named Chen Xue immersed herself in contemplation. Taking a few steps forward, the red-headed girl deliberately positioned herself in front of Chen Xue, geared up to draw her out from the immersive world. But right now, it's fine. I'm just giving it a brief thought. You haven't spoken much. I guess you're Miss Songque, right? Seeing this world that has evolved freely for 100 years, what are your thoughts? Are you asking me? Of course. After all, you are. Looks like the others haven't realized it yet. Well, keeping it as a suspense does add a nice touch. Alright, back to the topic. Although you, Miss Halia, are probably very worried about the safety of your companion right now, in my opinion, if you patiently wait near this anchor of the apocalypse for a moment, news about her might come to you. Well, I'm not very familiar with the situation in this world. Are you saying there's nothing we can do right now? Yes, you can say so. In the end. A lot quicker than I expected. Hello, is that you, Entropy? Is Halia still with you? Is that you, Corelli? How many Corellis do you know on Mars? Or should I bother to say, long time no see? I thought the thing called Anchor of the Apocalypse was already strange enough. What's going on now? It's Sanadina. Then Songque must be with you all? It feels weird to hear your voice coming from here, but yeah, I came along as well. This place is so bustling. Look at the number up there. Her building must be at least 100 floors. And there's so many more shops than on Umber Street, I don't even know where to look. I don't own this building. It just happens that I live here. It doesn't matter. Since you live here, aren't your neighbors like your family? Well, it doesn't quite work like that in modern society. Sorry to interrupt. Probably has more important matters to discuss with Song-Ph2. This communication between you is an exploratory attempt I personally arranged. Isn't suitable for casual chatting. You're here too. Let me do a quick intro. This is Perception. You would expect this kind of artifact to make this voice. Don't let her current aloofness fool you. She used to be quite a beautiful lady. Including yours, the pathway opened twice today. How long is this time frame for today? I've been monitoring the data of the anchor of apocalypse since 1020, and there were no anomalies before entropy returned. Can't say for sure, I couldn't judge that precisely, but just to be safe, maybe you should check if the shadows have infiltrated your world through the pathway. Considering my close ties to them, the fact that Corelli and I can easily get back in touch with you guys, despite being in different worlds, is just as odd. True, we're currently on Umber Street, far from the anchor's location. Does anything weird stand out to you? Maybe this conversation has nothing to do with the anchor's anomaly. Correct, you have good instinct, the senior of entropy. But now things might get complicated. Is it because pie won't just fall from the sky? You could say that. The anchor of the apocalypse isn't as mysterious as it sounds. Simply put, it's a unique anchor in the bubble universe that can help us access higher dimensions with strong or resonating energy. Speaking of resonance, Sana and the anchor of the apocalypse had one, which allowed us to establish contact with other worlds. It's truly remarkable, but if our current communication isn't related to the anchor, then the whole Oxy's stability may be at risk. I was pondering how to extend hospitality and welcome everyone, but now it seems I might need your help. There are no signs of crisis yet, but considering the potential severity, I hope you can act according to my instruction for the time being. No problem. We're ready for your orders. Good. There's no need for drastic measures at this time. Entropy, Sanadina, and Halia shall form one team, while Song-Ph2 and I will form another. Let's quietly check out the shops on this floor for any anomalies related to the shadows. Bubble universe stability is vital. Now that we don't have solid proof, let's not disrupt everyone's daily life. Agreed? Absolutely. Count me in. What about you, Miss Song-Ph2? Don't mind me, I'm on board too. Just got lost in the beauty around here, that's all. Alright, Entropy and I know Antares building inside out. If you need info during the investigation, feel free to ask. As for the routes, leave those public departments and the upstairs shops to me. Entropy check, Antique Ink, Tidal Dwelling, Silky Dream, Sweet Tooth, and 668. We'll meet in the civic hall downstairs. No time to waste. Shall we head out? Already? Well, even it's a 0.001% chance, it's not something we can risk. Follow the orders for now, please. With that, Chen-Xue pushed Song-Ph2 away.
有段时间，我把自己的日历修改成了星期2到星期8，对，一点用都没有。
Youyun's Classroom, Issue 101, Author Chen-Xue. From an anonymous barista. Hello, Chen-Xue. I took a course called Dynamics of the Sea of Data at school. In the appendix of the textbook, it mentions that the sea of data, including its parent body, the sea of quanta, is actually supported by a type of energy system called Honkai energy. However, people's understanding of Honkai energy is extremely limited, only knowing that the past great eruption event was caused by it. Is it really like this? Does Professor Youyun's laboratory have any research on this? Very well, very eager to learn. However, just as I introduced in the previous classroom, the Great Eruption has many doubts, and the exact source of Honkai energy also remains a mystery. This may seem surprising, but it's actually quite understandable. Everyone interested can look up the definition of physics in the dictionary. Physics focuses on exploring the fundamental laws of matter and motion. It relies on a large number of experimental facts, summarizes empirical laws through precise measurement methods and rigorous quantitative analysis, then uses these empirical laws to predict the future changes of matter and motion. In other words, the ultimate goal of physics is to predict the future, and the specific way to predict the future is to summarize the laws. So everything we do in physics is essentially a kind of empirical summary similar to the sun rises from the east every day. The underlying logic of the world is farther away from the empirical laws we can summarize, and so we need to use mathematical tools to analyze our own verifications and conjectures. If we use familiar electronic product as an analogy, it's like trying to understand the entire industrial production line behind a mobile phone or a computer without any instruction manual or background knowledge. Knowledge is like a sea. The more we know, the more we realize how ignorant we are. It can be said that, except for mathematics, all human sciences are similar to physics. They are a kind of reverse engineering of nature and society. And even mathematics, which is thoroughly carried out by deduction and can guarantee the process to be absolutely correct using tautology, still faces the challenge of incomplete theorem and primitive concepts. If detached from other sciences, everything it studies is just castle in the air. Oh my, I accidentally wrote so much rambling. These words seem somewhat irrelevant to the question you raised. So, although the laboratory has not made any scientific progress in this regard, I still want to take this opportunity to share with everyone our thoughts in this field. Based on the current theory, we tend to believe Honkai energy originates from the inherent properties of space. According to the hypothesis about the Great Eruption, we can think of Honkai energy as a byproduct of civilization, but fundamentally, its source may be anti-space. How should we understand this anti-space? Perhaps everyone has seen this type of painting. The water was lifted from low to high by water wheels, only to cascade down again, driving their rotation and perpetuating the cycle. It was already absurd, but shifting focus from the flow to the structure revealed twisted pillars of the aqueduct, defying reality. The concept of anti-space or imaginary space is akin to these pillars that defy existence in reality. It fundamentally opposes our physical constraints, our real world. Phenomena impossible in reality might be commonplace on that side. In connection to the hypothesis regarding the Great Eruption, as our civilization continues to evolve, accumulating negative entropy within its internal cycle, the corresponding imaginary internal energy, or Honkai energy, also rises in tandem. This paradoxical movement, propelled by chance factor, tears through space, creating dreadful anchors, resulting in the destruction of a civilization. It may sound even scarier than the typical Great Eruption theory, but on the bright side, human progress has always been about mastering increasingly dangerous forces, from fire to electricity, atomic energy to the source in the sea of data. Despite the risks, it's how we've constantly enhanced our lives. And let's not forget, even that mysterious Great Eruption hasn't brought us down.